What's up guys, it's Salvajee from the Salvajee Cartel. We're back with another Naruto Storm 4 tutorial. So I have a Naruto Storm 4 tutorial guide called The Essentials of Online Combat, and that guide, I believe it has over 50,000 views by now. And that's pretty much like the #1 guide that you need to watch if you're a new player, right? And but the other day I was actually, checking the comment section of that guide, to reply to some comments, and I saw someone commenting this. He said, "Listen, man, I love Naruto Storm 4. I practice against the computer, on the hardest difficulty, and I'm able to do well. But when it comes down to the online aspect of the game is just too fast-paced, and mainly I just get destroyed by experienced players." And I was going to reply to his comment, but then I said, you know what? I've never made a tutorial, right, on what to do if you're one of those players, because I used to be one of those players. I used to be one of the players in Naruto Storm 4 Online that I would go into a match and an experienced player would beat me 2 rounds, right, and that's it. There was just nothing I could do. I wouldn't even beat him 1 round. Sometimes I would barely touch them, right? So if you're one of these players that you're getting completely owned online, this is the tutorial for you. Now, I'm not going to give you a secret formula that is just going to help you win games, right? But what I am going to give you is some information, some steps that you need to take, and some awareness. Because if you don't have any awareness when it comes down to Naruto Storm 4 Online, you're not going to be able to win many matches. Let's talk about baby steps, alright? Because obviously for you to run, you have to crawl, then you have to walk, and then of course you get to running. Let's talk about crawling first. If you want to be good at this game, you have to know the basics, alright? So if you're new to Naruto Storm 4, if you're new to, just the Naruto games in general, the first thing that you need to do is just learn the basics. How, to do an up combo, down combo, regular combo. How do you do a tilt? How do you do a grab? How do you do an ultimate jutsu, a jutsu? If you know all of that stuff, if you can beat the computer on the hardest difficulty without struggling much, then you're good to go. You're good to go, and you're good to move on to the second step, right? The second step is actually going into the online aspect of the game, but this is where it gets really, really complicated. This is where it gets really, really hard. You see, most Naruto Storm 4 players that play offline, they think they're fucking badasses, and they think they're complete diabolical nightmares until they get online. I mean, this is the story of every Naruto player ever. Yeah, I was a beast in the offline aspect of Naruto Storm 4. I was a beast in story mode. I was a beast against the computer on hard, beast against my friend, but then I went online and then I got destroyed. What do you do if you're at this stage? Well, the thing is, guys, if you don't know what you're doing in Naruto Storm 4, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, then you're not going to be able to improve. You're not going to be able to beat those experienced players or those intermediate players online. If you want to win matches against those people, the second step that you need to take, after you learn to crawl, after you learn the basics of the game is, I know, I'm not doing this to advertise my players or to get more views on my Naruto videos, because quite honestly, Naruto, after the month of February, it's gonna be dead, right? Like, there's not gonna be any more DLC for this game. This game's gonna be dead on YouTube. That's pretty much it, right? I don't care, but I do care about making you a better player at this game, alright? And I do care about helping others get better at this game. So this is what you need to do. If you know the basics, alright, and you're getting into the online aspect of the game, what you need to do is watch my tutorial playlist. Watch my entire Naruto Storm 4 tutorial playlist, because in each and every one of those videos, I give you guys tips that can help you win online. You see, why should you watch my tutorial playlist? Why should you watch my Naruto Storm 4 tutorials and other people's tutorials as well? See, the main reason why you're getting owned online is because you're not aware of what you're doing wrong. And when you watch the tutorial is going to teach you tactics on how to win. For example, let's say that you burn through your subs extremely quickly and you don't know how to manage your chakra, and you also don't know how to counter the enemy subs, right? This is going to be a mistake that you're going to be doing over and over and over again until, of course, you're aware of it. How do you become aware of these things? By watching a tutorial. If you guys watch my Naruto Storm 4 Essentials of Online Combat, in that video you guys are going to learn how to counter subs. And of course, what to do if the opponent is countering your subs. Let's say that you watch that video. Let's say that you have that knowledge, okay? When you get into a match, you're going to realize, holy shit, I lost that match because I made this mistake, and that mistake. And then you go into another match and then you don't make those mistakes. And guess what? Next thing you know, you're winning matches. And why are you winning matches? Because you're aware of what you need to do to win. You see, when you're very new to the game, you're just on autopilot, right? You're not really thinking, okay, well, if he starts hitting me, I'm going to counter his subs with a counter, right? Or I'm actually just going to, just block and then jump in the air and then chakra dash at him from the air, right? You're not really thinking about those things when you're newer to the game. But if you have awareness, if you know what you need to do and when you need to do it, okay, then you're going to be able to win those matches. And again, that's just with and against intermediate players, okay? When you are aware of the mistakes that you are making in Naruto Storm 4 online, you're gonna be able to win more matches. Again, that's why you need to watch my tutorial playlist. But anyways, what about those extreme tryhard people, right? What about those people that are extremely good at the game and they literally just cannot be defeated? How do you beat those guys? Well, let me tell you guys a story, okay? Back in the day when I used to do subscriber battles, I used to always go against this subscriber called Fanboy. And I used to beat Fanboy over and over and over again. The dude could not beat me. But guess what? It got to a point that Fanboy played more than me, that he actually beat me. I just could not beat him. He was better than me at Naruto Storm 4. So how do you get better, right, at a fighting game that people have been playing for 4 years or so? The answer is just keep playing the game over and over and over again. You see, Naruto Storm 4 and just any fighting game in general, the more you play the game, the better you get at it. It's just like Overwatch competitive, right? The more you play the game, the higher your chances of reaching Masters, Grandmasters, or even top 500. Okay? And the same thing applies with Naruto Storm 4. This is an answer people don't want to hear because people want to beat those experienced players from 0 to 100 real quick, okay? But I guarantee you guys that the more you play Naruto Storm 4, the higher your chances of beating these these advanced players, or also the higher your chances of actually, you know, sort of standing up to yourself when you're going against these intermediate players. For example, if you look at some of my live ranked videos, yes, I might have lost some matches, but guess what? I didn't get 2-0'd, right? I was able to, you know, pull up a good fight, and I was able to give my opponent a good match, okay? You give the player a good match if you're able to win at least one round. You give the player a pretty much terrible match if you can't really do anything, and yeah, if he just beats you twice in a row, okay? Now, you guys might be wondering, well, Salvajee, I don't really believe this tutorial is legit. I don't really think this tutorial is true. Well, I have something to back it up. I have something to back up this tutorial, and it's my Naruto Storm 4 live rank playlist. Again, one of the main reasons why I started my Naruto Storm 4 live rank playlist is because I wanted people to see how terrible I was at the game. If you check episode 1 of my Naruto Storm 4 live rank playlist, I was extremely terrible at the game and I barely knew how to play, right? But guess what? Around episode 30 or so, I started learning all of the essentials of online combat at the game, and I was able to win more matches. And you can see my progress from episode 1 to episode 30, and then of course you can see that episode 30 to episode 50 something, I've actually improved, and I'm actually better than I was at the beginning episodes, you know, 1 to 30. And then of course if you check episode 85, you're going to see that I'm actually a better player, and I'm actually, you know, sort of standing up for myself. And if you check episode 100 and above, you guys can see that I'm actually a pretty good Naruto Storm 4 player. I'm not the best Storm 4 player in the world, but I'm definitely above average, because of course I can actually, you know, win a couple of matches. Unless of course, you know, I'm playing now because I haven't played the game in about like what, maybe 11 months or so. But anyways, guys, the main point of this video is, you know, just to give you Naruto noobs sort of like some inspiration. Yes, it is possible for you to win matches. You just have to put in the work. You have to keep playing, watch my tutorials, watch other people's tutorials, see what you're doing wrong, okay, and then you're just going to improve at the game. The more you play the game, the better you get at it. I know it's not an answer that you guys want to hear, but that's just how it is. That's just how you will become, you know, way better at this fighting game. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please drop it a like, subscribe, of course, to join the Salvajee cartel, and I'll be seeing you guys on my next Naruto Storm 4 video. The next live ranked episode should come up, you know, this upcoming weekend, so be on the lookout for it. Peace out, guys, see you on the next one, and check out my Storm 4 playlist and character guide in the description below for more, you know, informational content and all of that.